Oh my God, what a day, guys. Welcome to my live real talk with your girl, Lady D. Believe it or not, I was talking for at least 15 minutes. Thought I was on live, guys, but I guess I wasn't. This just the day it is. But yeah, how you guys are doing? Happy blessed Sunday. Hope you all are doing great today. As you can see right here, we're gonna see if we can comb through this episode right here, which is going by pretty fast. Season 6, episode 15, which I had watched the show this morning after watching Angela Staton, where she was upset, especially when it comes to our people and businesses. You know how everybody wants to go ahead and put their input in everything, especially when it comes to our people. And at first I was kind of upset, but after, I done got over it, I think made this live. I think I went and did it about 2 or 3 times besides, then I decided to come on. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and talk about all this stuff that's going on, which most of the stuff is going to happen. I think it's going to be in September. That's going to be the new season. But this right here, guys, as you can see, this right here is, I mean, it is very draining. But let me see if I can go ahead and put a scripture to this because before I start with this right here, guys, I have to put a scripture in all this right here because this right here is a lot. So let me see if I can get it together because I was having some kind of problem. So I hope you all can hear me real good. For some reason, the screen is small. But yeah, last time I was on, it had said, be careful who you allow to get close to you, which we already know there's a bunch of wolves in sheep clothing. So you have to be careful, just because they come with a smile and, come appealing, we let them in. And once you let them in there, go ahead and tear up everything. And also, the scripture for the day is no weapon formed against you shall prosper, and every tongue which rise against you in judgment, I like this part where it says, you shall condemn. So when they put their mouths on you, right here in the book of Isaiah 54 and 17, it says that you shall condemn them. You shall be the one condemned. So be careful who you put your mouth on, okay? So I want to go ahead and also, like I said, guys, welcome to Real Talk with your girl AD. I thought I was on, but I guess I wasn't, but charge it to the heart. But before I continue with my commentary, guys, I want to go ahead and because we had been saying a prayer for Carly Russell, and that's the young lady that was missing, and I'm glad they went ahead and found her. So I saw this right here on the chat room. Let me see if I can go ahead and pull it up. It's Carly Russell. Yes, they went ahead and they had found her. I'm glad that she was alive, guys, because I mean, we've been sending up prayers. I could just imagine what the family had went through, even though a lot of people out there are saying certain things, but let them talk, people talk, regardless. So let me go ahead and see if I can read a little bit of that, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to comb through Love and Marriage in Huntsville, season 6, episode 15, which, guys, look, that is a lot. I mean, our people just do a lot. But let me read this right here because I'm so glad they went ahead and found her. Her boyfriend had put a statement out, but I'm not going to read his. But, he was just, you know, thank God that, they found her. And also, he wanted to make himself clear because a lot of people, you know how they speculate, thought that he had something to do with it, which he didn't. But this statement right here, it came from her mother, Talita Robinson Russo or Russell. And it says, "Good morning, great morning. My husband and I want to make the statement against as we did last night. It's nothing more to add or take away from how we feeling right now. God is faithful and he has answered our prayers. Praise the Lord for that because I mean prayers was all over the world. People was searching and we was praying, and this was devastating, especially how they said, it had happened. It's just that, I mean, this is just the type of world that we live in. She was saying, she had called 911 saying that, she saw a baby, an infant on the side of the road. Oh my God. Like I say, so much, man. I mean, so much is going on. You be scared to even stop now. So, and if we was in, the same, situation that she was in, most likely we probably would have done the same thing if you would have saw a child. But now these days, honey, you're just gonna have to just call 911. But let me go ahead and continue. It says, we are so grateful to each other. I mean, we are so grateful to each of you for all the acts of kindness, generosity, and compassion you have shown. Our baby is safe. Thank you, Father God. We do want to ask for privacy at the time to allow us to just love on our daughter and each other with our close family and friends. Also, please consider the fact we have not slept for 3 nights and we are mentally and physically exhausted. And I understand, up all night, as a mother, wondering where your child, is. And we got these people out here demanding, that the family come forth and explain. They don't have to explain nothing. But right here, she says to our media friends, I promise we will speak with you, and you are a generous and give you a general statement in the near future, as this is an ongoing investigation. So quite obvious, something did happen if it's an ongoing investigation. We considered a media outlet that cared enough to share this story. Law enforcement agencies, special investigators, city leaders to be our friends, and we will be respectful of all. For everyone that has messaged our call to rejoice with us, we are so grateful for your concern. Just as we made a commitment to not entertain negative thoughts during the time our daughter was missing, we surely would not entertain negative thoughts, statements, uninvalid valid opinions, or sheer ignorance at such a joyous time. We pray that those that doubt God power, miracles, and the power of faith will be encouraged to draw closer to Him and learn the power of positive affirmation and unwavering faith. So you can see that they are praying people, prayer warriors. And also, right here, this is the last part right here. It says that we love each of you and are eternally indebted for your support and love. Be blessed, the Russells. And some people are uproar because they say privacy. We after the uproar we made, and another person say, you all are weird. Uh, you aren't owe anything. No, them people don't owe your tail not one thing. So they just wait and be patiently, just like everybody else. So, guys, again, welcome to Real Talk with your girl, Lady D, unapologetic and unbiased. I wanted to make sure that I share that with you before I continue with all this stuff that is going on. And some of this right here, I didn't take it off, but this right here is from the last time that I had made a video. So let's go ahead and we're going to get to all this right here. This right here is going to happen, I guess, in September. But this the part really had got to me. I mean, Tisha, she goes through a lot. I don't give a care what you guys say about Letitia, but the stuff that some of these people is doing to Letitia, Letitia does not deserve it at all. First of all, like I said, this right here is a reality show, and we have to learn how to separate a reality show from these people' personal life. And this is what I call an all-time low. What I saw that's going to happen in September, which I'm going to go ahead and talk about that as well. That's what I call gutter snipers. Gutter snipers. They doing any and everything to try to get Letitia, out of character. That's why most likely they wanted to, get Miss Wanda off, because if Miss Wanda is on that show, nowhere in the world that they gonna be able to play that. Do you think that Kiki would have done what she did if Miss Wanda was on that show? Heck no. Heck no. That was disrespectful. That's what I call gutter ratchet. But we're gonna go ahead, like I say, I'm gonna be all over the place because I pretty much, I am burnt out when it comes to these reality shows. This is the only reality show besides maybe Real Housewives of Atlanta that I'm going to cover. And after this season, I don't even think I'm gonna cover it anymore if it's going to be like it is right now. But we're gonna go directly to the event, Black Expo. We're gonna go ahead and talk about all that stuff. And who I want to talk about is this right here had happened when they all went to lunch, but I want to talk about Stormy. Let's go ahead and see if I can find one with Stormy. We're gonna talk about Stormy. Now we already know that Stormy, she was all for it. She was way before Letitia even explained to her what the event was going to be about. She was on board. But like I said, once you let these people in, then these people they going to show you their true colors. And like I said, all this right here is for entertainment purpose only. Is what I taken from a reality show. Okay, you air it out, you are free game. But when it comes to Stormy, I mean, she really shocked me, and we already know all the stuff that Stormy was going through with the millimeters, how they was digging all in her personal business. They was going to her business page and on Yap giving her bad reports. We even had, some little old ladies who was going to her warehouse and filming and, putting it on YouTube. We was upset about all that because, that was wrong, because that was these people, their personal business and you don't interfere into stuff like that. And it's still wrong. But still of all, you reap what you sow. Stormy, she's gonna, like I say, most likely she's going through a lot of stuff because of the seeds that she is sowing. What she did to Letitia and Marcel, that was out of line because first of all, you don't go into anybody's face and talk to them any type of way. If you don't like what's going on, all she had to do, just like I had said last video that I had made, all Stormy had to do is just pack her little stuff and go about her business. But no, she wanted to have that moment because she feels that, that's the way that, she can make a big old bang on that show, but not like that because you already got the millimeters, you got them already, ready to toss you out. So Stormy should have been happy and grateful that Letitia, went ahead and gave her a platform, opened the door, but it looked like, just because she felt like she have $1 million business that, she can talk this smack, that she can, y- she's what, that it girl. But like I said, people really didn't even know. I know I did not know. And most of the ones that's doing all the commentary on her, they really didn't know Stormy from this show right here. At least that's what I heard. But when she went in Marcel's face and talked to this man like he was some boy, like he was some child, that was disrespectful. Oh, that was disrespectful. But right there, if I was Tisha, that was my chance to sit there and I would have really let Stormy have it. I would have gave Stormy the door. Nowhere in the world that Stormy would have been setting up after I told her off. Nowhere in the world she and I would have even did any business. Because like I had told you before, guys, that it's really was not about the money. It was the principle. And it was because when Marshall had walked in that little small building, which we already know now that it had a lot of people, a lot of vendors that was inside of that building. And if you know anything about networking, and you renting boots, you know, everybody, just have to get a little small space just to network, just to put a little few products or whatever they are doing at that table. But we already know, according to what we saw on this reality show, that Stormy took at least the entire back wall, and way before, you know, it all had came on last night. I already had told you guys if it was me, if Stormy would have came into my establishment and she would have took it up the entire space, the wall, she would have been paying more than $100. Trust me, Stormy would have been paying 3 or 4 times as much as I asked her for. So she just wanted to just, give herself a name, but all she did pretty much was giving herself a bad taste because, like I said, when it comes to our people do a lot. Even though this right here is a reality show and drama sells, but to me, this right here is what I call an all-time low. I mean, it can't get no lower than this because it's just to show you that, we can't work together without sitting there trying to tell people how to run their business and how Stormy had said that, it was unprofessional, it was high schoolish. They do stuff like that. When they don't think about an ideal, that's what they do. If Stormy thought that it was unprofessional, it was high schoolish, why she didn't start nothing like that with her $1 million business? Why she never had other entrepreneurs come together and network? I don't believe that she did anything like that before. Now, just because Tisha, which it was Tisha's first time, you know, and like I said, the first time you have to iron out all the kinks. No, things is not going to go as well as you think it is, but that was pretty nice what she did. She had a good outcome. People participate, people came out. So for Stormy to say something like that, it was just to me, it was jealousy because the only person that was really unprofessional, it was her. Because once Stormy had got that phone call, everybody was looking at her because she sat there, start yelling and start acting all up and then telling people all the stuff that was going on at her business instead of, networking and making it about this event for the people, for the community. She was the one that was loud. She was the one that was acting ghetto. That's why I say, you have to be careful. And a lot of this stuff right here, we all can take a piece out of some of this stuff that's going on. And I understand, not everybody wants to hear the truth, but like I said, it is what it is. But our people do the most. And I understand what Angela Stanton, what she was talking about, which, sometimes, we try to keep our dirty laundry, we try to keep our business right into our community, and we don't want to sit there and air it out and get all these other folks, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about, all in our business, which, some of the stuff I would never, even say it, especially, out on the platform. I would never put my business out like that. But like I said, it is what it is. I see Karma is in the house. She says coming in to click that thumbs up and show some love. Thank you very, very much. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, indeed. So guys, welcome to Real Talk with your girl, Lady D, unapologetic and unbiased. But getting back, because like I said, we all, especially if you have a business or you had a business, you can take a piece out of it, especially when it comes to our people. I just don't understand, how you can come in someone's establishment and talk mad game. You can't do that. To me, that's unprofessional. You can't tell people how to run their business or their event if you haven't started. If you didn't start one, now you could give you a suggestion and that's it. But all that extra attitude, come on, guys, you could have just left that. And like I say, Tisha, it's a lot of jealousy. And the reason why it's a lot of jealousy with Tisha is because Tisha, she's a very professional and she's a woman of excellence. She's not going to get out the box because, like she had told Stormy when it was all, sitting around the table, I guess they went and had lunch or whatever. The old Tisha would have got up, and most likely would have told her off. But look, Tisha, she realized, first of all, look, I have several streams of income that's flowing into my home real businesses, not stuff that, people, you know, giving me all these bad reports and I can't get my shipment out and all this other stuff. No, I got businesses, plenty of businesses. So I'm not going to get myself all out the box for this reality show. I'm not going to get gutter ratchet. And I believe that's why Letitia, she's getting hit so hard because what they doing is they're trying to trickle her. They trying to get Tisha to that level that they are because they know right now all eyes is on her. But just like I say, when I open up, no weapon formed against you shall prosper. Every tongue that rises against you, you shall condemn. They going to farm, but it's not going to prosper. And that's real talk. Even though this is a reality show, but this is a lesson learned for people, especially Black entrepreneurs, small businesses trying to sit there and help their community. I think it was really nice. I love to give back, especially when I know that my community is the ones that's supporting me. So my community is supporting me. Why I cannot give back to them? But that's how people are. How people like that. And not all of them, some of them, because there's a lot of joy killers. There's a lot of jealousies. And we talk about jealousy. Jealousy is just as crueler than the grave. Jealousy will keep their eyes on their prey until they try to take them out. And as you can see right here, when it comes to this show right here, it's a lot of jealousy. A lot of jealousy. But you cannot sit there and try to curse what God already have blessed. Because like I said, what goes around comes around. And whatever you put out there, it's going to come back at you. So I'm pretty sure, when it comes to Stormy has showed herself. Most likely Tisha and Marceau and Kimmy, they done with us, Stormy. So how else she's going to get back in? Because she's sure not going to get back in with Mel. I know you guys don't want to hear, but Mel almost out the door. If I was Tisha, I would have sat there and I would have had security to get Mel and her brother out because if Mel did not want to participate, why should Mel come? Mel was looking for something that she can talk about, but she found nothing that she could talk about. But if Tisha was the dirty person, Tisha should have had her security, just like Mel did her, and have Mel to go ahead and escort her tail out of there if she didn't want it to participate. That's what I would have done. But like I said, Letitia, she handles herself as a woman of excellence. And I like that about her. I like it about her. Her and her mom is totally different people. You're not going to do that with Miss Wanda without Miss Wanda letting you have it. That's why I say they need to let Miss Wanda back on that show. They definitely need to let Miss Wanda back on the show because I don't care what you guys say. Miss Wanda brought those ratings up. Miss Wanda knows exactly how to handle these women. And the thing about it is that, like I said, it's a bunch of jealousy. It's a lot of jealousy. That's all it is. But Letitia, she did a good job, even though she said she had a lot of hiccups. But that's the norm, and that's her first time. But no way in the world that I would give Stormy a platform again. That would be it with her. And I like how, which I didn't upload. I upload some of the videos. I might go ahead and play some of the videos where I saw some of them was in Houston, Texas. And down here, guys, it is very hot. It looked like it's about to rain today, but yesterday it was very hot. And Stormy wasn't there. So I'm pretty sure, and I hope that they don't let them back in because once a snake is always a snake. I see Carmen says, I agree. They are trying to trigger her. She's taking the high route as I say, Carmen and all will come for you. Absolutely. And like I said, I believe in, what you reap, what you sow, what you put in the grounds, it's going to come back at you. That's how I look at it. So you can't think that you're going to try to get over people just because you don't like that person. And We already know when it comes to Stormy. Stormy is fighting, helping fight Melody's demons, just like what's the other one? Tiffany. Tiffany is fighting, helping fighting Melody's demons. That's all they doing. And already had told you guys when it came to the Fletcher, with Nell Fletcher and her husband. What did I tell you guys? I say they on the wrong team. They better go on the other side. And lo and behold, Sunday, when they all was together having a very good time, where the Fletchers was. The Fletchers was with the Scotts. Because like I say, these people knows how to handle themselves. They're not gonna act like a bunch of gutter snipers, because that's exactly what we've been seeing. So if these people can come together and put this show back on track, where Black entrepreneurs is building up in their community and giving back, and not all this ratchet stuff just because you felt like your husband is not faithful and all this, you want to tear down the entire house. No, keep them people out. Keep them trauma bind people out. Please do. And what had gotten me, which guys, I'm all over the place, but yeah, they just jealous. They jealous of they jealous. Just look at this. I would have kicked them out. And Melody's brother, she went to he went she no he went to Martell, and you could see that he's still holding up all that animosity. He's still upset because Martell, didn't wanted his children to go to his house because he wants to raise his children in the traditional way. And he's kind of bitter about that. And that's why some of the fans and some of these bloggers and all the rest of them bitter. They bitter because the way that Martell don't want to have nothing to do with Melody's brother. And he have the right. That's his children. He can't get upset about that. And all that stuff that he goes on social media and how he tried to dog Marcel out, not Marcel, Martell out, that was his chance. That was his chance to tell Martell all the stuff that he wanted to tell Martell to get it off his chest. But you see, cowards is not going to tell you anything to your face. Cowards going to wait until you turn your back, and that's when they're gonna go ahead and they're gonna start talking, because it was his time to sit there and say everything that he needed to say. But no, he didn't say not one word. He didn't say not one word. Not at all. But if I was teaching them, I would have kicked them all out, because if you didn't want to come on stage, you didn't want to participate, nowhere in the world that you should have been there. But I guess it was a part of her job where they told her she had to participate. So that's her way of, well, I just come and I sit in the audience. But you can see right there, these people have gotten enough of Mel. And like, I don't understand how these fans and these bloggers is not letting Mel take accountable. They don't let Mel take accountable of nothing she do. No kind of accountability. It's like everything that she do is right. Now we've seen that is going to happen. I guess they're going to show the next episodes, next season. It's going to be in September, where Mel and Marcel is talking, which I don't know why Tisha allowed that to happen. Nowhere in the world, Mel should not be in my husband's face without me. Tisha already told Marcel about that. And the thing about it is that, like I said, the only one that could mess up what Tisha got going on, Tisha and her family, is the ones that's in her house. So I just hope Marcel will sit there and come down some. Ain't nobody real mad. Don't come in here with that. Like I said, you the one is caught up in that stuff. Someone sitting there by the name of Monique Daniels trying to say that you real mad. Real mad about what? I don't know these people from a can of paint. All I can do is just give my opinion just like everybody else. It's just a thing that you don't like the way that I'm giving my opinion. And that's real talk. So if you don't like it, all you have to do, Monique, is go somewhere where they're going to go tickle your ears. That's something on you. That's your opinion. But like I say, to me, it's not personal at all. I'm calling it like it is, whether you like it or not. In here is real talk. I'm not going to tell you anything that's going to stroke your ego. The devil, you is a liar. So you get thee behind me, you work of iniquity. Absolutely. Because, like I said, I'm not going to sugarcoat for you guys just for clicks and likes. I'm not going to sell my soul for clicks and likes. I'm going to call it like I see it. And this is how I see it. Because, first of all, what they're going to show how Melanie telling Marcel that Tisha going to leave her husband. Tisha is not going to leave her husband. You think Tisha is worrying about this stuff? Melanie tried all types of ways to come at that marriage. First, she sat there, tried to dig up some woman, and I'm gonna say allegedly because they're saying paying this woman to come on the show when she couldn't get the woman. Then she went after Tisha's first cousin, brought her on the show to go after Tisha and Marcel's marriage. Now she's sitting there, she's saying that to Marcel that Tisha gonna leave you because now they done dug up some other kind of stuff, thinking that Tisha gonna leave her husband. Girl, don't leave your husband for these chicken heads out there. Long as nothing is lacking in your house, why you want to leave your husband? Leave your husband to go to what? Go and swing on a pole? Make videos of you swinging on a pole and all these body counts? And I'm not saying Melody, I'm just talking, in general. But if she leave her husband for what? What they doing is they are building legacies, not just for them, for their children's children. And the thing about it, Monique, they building legacies with the Hulk's name on it. Now, how you like those apples? Scopes. Scopes was also a part of Martell and Melody. But who owns it? Who owns it? Who got it now? Who leaving legacies for their children? And that's why you guys are mad. Bye. You can leave right now because, like I said there and say, my channel is not for everybody. I can sleep at night because if I had to survive on you guys sitting there with clicks and likes and sugarcoating you guys, trust me, I would be hungry many a days. I come on here and I tell my truth. I stand on my righteousness. Now, whether you guys like it or not, that's something on you, okay? And that's real talk. Because I ain't gonna sugarcoat for none of you demons out there. Get thee behind me. Carmen says, as women, we have to uplift each other. I didn't know you were a Houston gal. Lived there for 20 years, and it's a heck of a place with benefits and drawbacks. But I wish we could have met up later. But like I said, people think that you're supposed to be trauma bond like them. So just because, just like Martell was saying, look, me, Melanie, we've been divorced for 3 years. It's time for this girl to get over this. Why is Martell's name in the mix of it? I just hope that Martell is married. I hope he is married. I just hope that he's married. So some of this stuff can cease right there. Because it's time for these people to get on with their lives because I'm so sick and tired of these people. They cannot let go Melody and Martell. And the reason why they can't let go Melody and Martell is because Melody, the one, put her business out there. Melody wanted to make this show all about her. She wanted to take her pain for game, and now what it's doing is backfiring on her. It's backfiring on her because, like I said, you never win when you play dirty. What goes around comes around. You can't work like that because God don't work like that. One thing that I know about the Most High God, God is not the altar of confusion. No way in the world that you can sit there and trying to mess up people's marriages just because your marriage was messed up. Now you want everybody to sit there, be trauma bond behind you. So what if Letitia would be a dummy just because these women got some type of problem with the black man? Like I say, men cheat. Some men cheat. At least 99.99 men cheat. But if nothing is coming out of your home and you building up legacies for your children's children, then you continue doing what you're doing. But if Martell is out there, not Martell, if Marcia is out there cheating with these chicken heads, yes, I throw him to the curb because nowhere in the world I'm going to downsize myself. If I'm going to go out there and I'm going to have a friend, it's going to be somebody that I know if got something to lose. And nowhere in the world I'm going to be around women that's soon a minute I'm with them, they ready to put it on social media because they have nothing to lose. So if Marcel is out there messing with these chicken heads that don't have a pot to pee in and a window to throw it out, yes, I leave them. Yes, I leave them. Because the only ones that can mess up what they are building up, and that's is Marcel. Because you know Tisha is not going to mess it up. You know Tisha is not going to get off of her throne to sit there and hang out with these chickens. Why hang out with the chickens when she's flying like eagles? Eagles don't come down and pluck with the chickens. Them bottle feeders. That's all it is. And there's a bunch of bottle feeders that's right here on social media. Yes, I said. Soon a minute when these people sit there and they come on IG, they come live, it's like they have their notification on lockdown. How the heck that if you don't like a person, you spying on their page? You sitting there just waiting to see if these people are going to put out a video so you can monetize off. You hungry trolls. You hungry trolls. You hungry trolls. Absolutely, beautiful butterfly. They are so jealous of Tisha. And the only one, and like I said, this right here, when I call it, you could take it to the bank. Like I had told you guys, all this stuff is nothing new under the sun. We all can take a piece out of all this stuff that is going on in these reality shows. Jealousy is that green-eyed monster is so jealous of Letitia. They trying to get Tisha off of her throne because everything that those kinker worms, those palmer worms, those locusts, everything that they tried to sit there and throw at Tisha, Tisha and Marcel built stepping stones. They should figure it out. Melody, she went on on the reality show, pitched this reality show, offer a lie. Yes, she did offer a lie because it's supposed to have been about the comeback group, building up Black entrepreneurs. On season 1, she sat there and she put her personal business out and she made it all about her. She put all of her business according to what Martell said, and that her husband was cheating. And soon in a minute, everything blowed up. She tried to drag Letitia with her. Letitia sat there and said, "No, I'm not going to leave my husband. Why you want me to leave my family?" And Letitia asked Melody, "Where did you get all that information from?" What did what did Melanie say? "I got it off of YouTube." Make it make sense, guys. Make it make sense. She got all that information off of YouTube. So just say right now, if Letitia would have left her husband just because of these trolls that's on YouTube, then what she would be doing? What she would be doing? All she would have done was hinder her blessings because these people are building up legacies. Just imagine right now when you see that the Scots putting a hard head, a cap, a business cap on their children's head, say Scots, which was for the Scots and the Holts, but the Scots own it all now. I would be mad myself. I would be mad at myself too. Everything that Melanie said there is doing on that show is falling apart. Her show is falling apart. Her show about to be in the Scots' hands. Everything that she's doing, she need to realize what I'm doing is not working for me. It's backfiring because now my show, the show that I sat there and I pitched to own network or whoever is about to end up in the Scott's lap. Well, she better sit there and she better take notes from Nene Leakes and Mariah Hugh. I don't give a care if you pitch that show. Your tail can go as well, especially when you're not writing those checks. And that's real talk. Beautiful Butterfly said facts. She sold her soul for sympathy and payola. Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's why it's backfiring. You never chase after fame and fortune because you just playing on the devil's playground. And Melanie sat there, and like I said, you don't know what was going on in that house because it takes two. It takes two to tear down the house. What man that you know that's going to come home after he's sitting there tearing down buildings and building it back up, come home, the children sitting there is not fed, the hair not combed, and I'm just saying allegedly, I'm just, like I say, you air it out, you are free game. No food, and just like Miss Marlene said, she thought that Melanie was trying to kill her son, working her son's fingers to the bones. Melanie was checked out because she in her mind, she wanted to be a superstar, thought that she can sing. But the only ones that was tone deaf was her family lying to her. They should have told her the truth. They should have told Melanie the truth. Had Melanie sitting there and checked out her family, left her family, wasn't even there. Her body was there, but her mind wasn't there. And all this stuff is for entertainment only, okay? Allegedly. You air it out, you free game. At the end of the day, this is my opinion. This is how I see it, okay? But you done left all that because you thought that I wants to sing. I wants to be the next Beyonce. Beyonce got talent. Now, maybe, and I'm telling you the truth, maybe Melanie might have, she probably did good if she would have went for, an actress, and not really an actress, like a voiceover, in the cartoon characters, playing the cartoon characters because, she has a very high pitched voice. Now, she probably would have made it with that, but singing, no, no. Uh-uh. And like I say, this is one's opinion. Okay? And then when she made those songs, she made it about her husband infidelity. And now, after she done sat there and nobody most likely, and I'm just saying, from what we see off the show, giving her gigs, then now what she's trying to do, she's trying to stir up these millimeters to sit there and attack Martell and most likely his wife, Ariane Curry, because I believe that those two are married. Then she came out and she had post that Martell, that ring that he have on his finger, that's the ring that she had purchased for him. I hope not, because if it is, then Martell just as sick as well. But I don't believe it. I believe that Martell and Ariane, just like I called it, I believe that those two are married. And like I say, when I call it, you can take it to the bank, even though I'm just wasting my energy on these low vibrational people. But it is what it is. Yes, yes, it is. She might can do a voiceover. Yes, she might. But even Martell couldn't stand the way that Melody was talking. And most likely that was annoying to him. Just imagine hearing that all day. Like I said, people need to stop just lying to people and just tell people the truth. I mean, this girl sat there and, like I said, what's trash to you is treasure to somebody else. Trust me. Somebody is waiting right around the corner, just ready to scoop it up, especially a fine, hardworking man. And even Melody said out her own mouth. She said there and said when she was with Martell, she saw no signs. Martell would come home. He sat there and he pull out the chairs, bring her flowers. He treated her like a queen. So if he treated you like a queen, No way in the world that I would have left, which she didn't pretty much leave because she stayed in it for 6 years. She stayed in it for 6 years because if I'm not mistaken, I think that Ariana Kerr, and I'm going to say allegedly, that she said she was in that relationship for like 6 years. So tell me who is slow. Tell me who is slow. I know you guys don't like that kind of talking, but like I said, it is what it is. I don't know these people from a can of paint, and half of you guys don't know either. These people see you walking down the street on fire, wouldn't even pee on your tail to put it out. But yet you guys is riding hard. Why are you guys riding so hard? Because it's all about clicks and likes. It's all about favoritism. Do you think that that was right for Mel to go and try to tear down Tisha and Marshall's marriage just because of information that she got off of YouTube? And now you seen the sister Kiki, she's acting up. Like I said, these wolves in sheep clothing, they gonna show themselves. You would know them by the fruit that they bear. Nowhere in the world she can come on that show acting like a civilized person without acting like a gutter sniper that she is. Because she came through the back door. So now I see why. I see why Letitia didn't want her in. Because that's exactly what would have happened. Just like that Stormy. Throw that Stormy out as well. Let her and her little $1 million company, whatever she got, throw it to the millimeters. That lady, what's ever her name? Black Titanic. I was really hard on Black Titanic. I say, why would this lady want to go to these people and tear these people business, which it is wrong? But Titanic, have your way with her. Have your way with Stormy. Because like I said, what goes around comes around. And when it comes around, you might not be able to handle it. And close the doors to these people because they mean you're no good, Tisha. And Marshall, you need to sit there and you need to come down a notch. Now I understand exactly what Miss Wanda is talking about when it comes to Marshall. Because see, Marshall is letting his flesh get the best of him. But your flesh is going to make you lose everything that you have. Stop throwing your pearls to these doggone swans. Stop casting your pearls to those swans. If they cannot match what you got, leave them where they are. Look how this girl, Carson Blue, they gave her a little 15-second. You blinked, that was it. When she was at Tisha's event, Blaque Expo, she got up and she talked about what she talked about, bad credit. Bad credit. So why you want to these people, why you want to come off of your throne to these people ain't got a pot to pee in and a window to throw out of it? Make it make sense. These vultures, these buzzards. Why? And these people think that they gonna come on my platform and think that they going to control it. No, boo-boo, not over here. Wrong one. Believe it or not, this is my ministry. I'm gonna call it like I see it because just like I said, this is where our people at. Our people is smack dab in the middle of these reality shows. So if I can go into the guttermost to pull at least one out, then I know my job is well done. But I'm going to rip the sheets off at every chance that I get. And that's exactly what I'm doing. Ripping the sheets off of these cankerworms, these palmer worms, and these locusts. Because like I said, it's a shame how some of our people don't know how it feels to go outside and touch grass because they so busy in these people's lives. Like these people got it together. Tell me what fool that their marriage is intact that's going to come on these reality shows. You have to have a very strong marriage in order to sit there and come on these reality shows and let these people sit there and pick it apart. Melody opened up them can of worms. So you got nobody to blame but Melody. Melody wanted to make it all about herself. Melody wanted to be a superstar. Like they say, you play stupid games, this is what you get. You get stupid prizes. And this is the prize that she got. So you cannot say, oh, Melody, how long you going to keep crying over Melody that her husband left her? How long you gonna keep crying over Melody? When you gonna sit there and say, Melody, girl, you either sink or you need to sit there and start walking. But you can't keep crying over spilled milk. And then the thing about it, she made this video coming on calling Ariana concubine. Well, she might be the concubine now. Now you gonna be the concubine because the little pictures that we did see, you was chasing after Martell on that little video that we saw when Melanie, when Martell was looking finer than wine, had that cowboy hat and all this other stuff. You was right behind him. That's what I saw. So you can't get mad for what people say. And I know it hurt you. But the reason why, like I said there and say, because the way that you handled it, if you would have let go and let God, but what you did, you sat there and you became God, and you had your millimeters to sit there and become the little gods, the little ants. And what you did, y'all messed it up instead of moving yourself out the way and let God handle it. Now, who God opening doors for? Martell. Martell not on one major platform, but he's on two. Real Housewives of Atlanta and on network. He's sitting there, he fulfilling the dreams that Melody wanted to fulfill. Just like Martell said. What Martell said? Martell said that was not what he was checking for. He never wanted to be in the entertainment industry. All he wanted to do is just tear down houses and build them back up. But he was helping his wife to fulfill her dreams. But just because his wife was so ungrateful because she wanted to act like a bitter Betty, then now everything that she touching, she losing. I remember when Melody sat there and she told Martell, she said pretty much, and it's not exact words. Like I say, all this right here is for entertainment purpose only. You air it out, you free game. What did Melody told Martell? She said, you can have anybody you want, but just don't mess with Ariane. Ariane was her two-bit chain. She's told Martell, you can mess with anybody except Ariane. So I believe every time when she see them two together and now her children over at the same house, that hurts. That hurts. But the reason why is because you took matters in your own hands. And one thing about it, the devil does not play fair. When you go low, you take it to God. But what did you say? When you go low, you take it to hell. So who to say who gonna be behind that door? And that's what you got right there. Your worst nightmare, Ariane Curry. Like I said, it's tight, but it's right. And we all been through some stuff. All been through some stuff, but it's how you handle it. When you sit there and you forgive a person, you let go and you let God. I'm not gonna say, you let this man, you be a doormat. No. But like I say, when you forgive a person, you let it go. But when you let everybody in your business, everybody became the judge, the jury, and the executor. Lawyers, we got social media lawyers, judges, everybody in your business, everybody picking it apart. Psychiatrists, everybody picking it apart. And what you doing? Putting more gas to the fire. And this is the results right here. This is the results. And like I said, guys, I can't sugarcoat. So don't come on here saying, oh, you giving misinformation. Oh, you wrong. Oh, you jealous. Jealous of what? Jealous of what? Like I said there and say, I can take a piece of every person that's on that show. I've been through it. But it's how you handle it. I'll be darned if I'm going to sit there and just throw my life away, my family away, just because of these chicken heads. I don't care if I don't want it. It can stand in the front lawn, but you better pass it up. I ain't gonna make it easy for you because it wasn't easy for me. Just because you hand your husband to somebody else, oh, I'm free. If you was free, let go. Move on. Why you got to hide who you were with? Who you with? Like I said, people think that the grass is green on the other side. You leave your husband to what? To something even worse? Oh, I got me a good man. Every new broom or mop sweeps well for a while. And once that broom and that mop gets old, it's going to be thrown in the closet with the rest of the old mops and the old brooms. Because I believe that if they last girlfriend or last wife, if you talk to them, they probably have a different story. Just keep being with them, and you're gonna see the same joker. The worst from the frying pan to the skillet. So sometimes it's best to just, like I said, if nothing is like it in your house, nobody is disrespecting you. You ain't wanting for nothing. Your kids is not wanting for anything. Sometimes, like I said, it go just go to a psychiatrist and a therapist, work it out. But don't just sit there and just throw something what God said there and He already ordained. Because just like I had showed you, I played a video, guys, to you guys before with Shahar Ali. If you've been in a relationship with a man for 3 years, that's not a side chick. And Melanie said that Ariane was in the relationship with Martell for 6 years. You guys were sister wives. You guys were sister wives. Y'all, so like I say, nobody was slow. So if you guys were slow, y'all both were slow, and that's real talk. So guys, look, I got 3 more minutes and I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down. But like I said, it's tight, but it's right. All you say is ouch. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, guys. This is real talk, unapologetic and unbiased. If you can't stand the heat, get out the kitchen. Ain't nobody gonna sit there and babyfy no grown people that chose to put their life on display. Ain't nobody gonna do that. Like I said, fame and fortune is the mark of the beast. Social media can be a blessing and it can be a curse. You air it out, you free game. Nobody would never know what's going behind closed doors unless you put it out. And who put it out? Who put it out? So this is the price of fame. All money is not good money, guys. There's a price. Much is given, much is required. So sometimes we have to be careful of what we ask for. And I know it hurts your ears. I know it hurts, but this real talk. What you want me to tell you? You want me to start crying and sobbing along with Melody? Like I said, I've been through it, but I get back up. I dust my feet off and I kept walking. But when you let go, you let go, you let God. You don't keep pounding on it. The minute that you sat there and you took your pain for gain, you sold yourself out. You sold everything that was connected. You sold out. And that's real talk. Ain't nobody going to sit there and try to sugarcoat nothing. It is what it is. Now look at it right now. Who got it all? Everything that you built, somebody else got it. That's how it usually is. When you don't do right by, that's when the kinkerworms, the palmer worms, these vultures, they gonna come and get it. Because to you it was trash, but to them it was treasure. And the last thing that you got now is the show. They take the show. The Scots look like the show is about to be in their hands now. The Scots look like they about to run with it and give you the boot. If you don't want to work, one monkey is not going to stop no show. That's real talk. So my advice to you guys is be careful. Be careful how you treat people. Be careful how you put your mouth on people. because it's life and death that's in the power of the tongue. So you can't go around thinking that you're trying to get over people or you praying and saying, "Oh, I know it's God." No, it ain't God. That's the devil. God has nothing to do with that. God don't bless mess. You're gonna know what is God and what is the devil by the fruit that they bear. You can't say this God and swinging on a pole. You can't say that's God and you want to be away from your kids for 60 days. God don't bless mess. God not the altar confusion. Like I said, you got to be careful. What you saying is of God because the devil can bless you too. You're going to know the difference between God's blessing and the devil's blessing. Because if it's God's blessing, you're going to be able to sleep at night. But if it's of the devil, you ain't going to be able to sleep. You're going to be on social media or you're going to be all out trying to rob Peter to pay Paul over this little crumbs, tearing each other down over these little crumbs. And that's real talk, guys. Can't get no clearer than that. But like I said, if you air it out, you free game. If nobody would never know if you wouldn't have never put it out. So how people sat there and put it together, paint that picture, you can't get mad. But like I said, this right here, I could take the foolish things to of this world. I can take the foolish things of this world to conform the wise. And to me, this right here is foolish. But it's also, is a lesson learned what not to do. And that's real talk. So, guys, I'm going to go ahead and close it out. Thank you guys for coming in, commenting. And it is what it is, however you feel led. Like I said, my channel is not for everybody. In here, I'm going to call it like it is. Ain't no babies, grown folks. In here, we chew meat. We ain't on milk. If you want your ears to be tickled, then you have to go somewhere else where they're going to tickle your ears. And that's real talk. So, guys, you all be blessed. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and you all have a blessed day. Peace out.